Okay, we're all settled in, Coach. If we can have your thoughts on the game before we take questions. Thank you.
Yeah, first of all, I want to make sure our players understand that this one game doesn't define our season and what they've accomplished this year, because they had a terrific year. And we just ran into, by far, hands down, the best team that we played all year. No question, most talented team we've played and the best team. And we've played some really, really good ones. And all the credit goes to Coach Crean in Indiana on how well they performed tonight, because we really had no answer for anything that they were doing offensively. We had some chances there where I thought we could cut into the lead. We got it down to 13 and 12, and they always seem to have an answer. And that's by far the best team that we've faced all year. And we've played some really, really good ones. So give Coach Crean and Indiana a lot of credit as far as how they played and prepared and came into this game. And there's no question, I think, that they're going to make a really deep run in this thing with how talented they are top to bottom and space you out. Got terrific shooters, and the ball went in the basket. And Yogi Ferrell just did an unbelievable job of completely controlling the game. And that's why he's one of the best point guards in the country. And so give Indiana a lot of credit. The year they had, obviously, it's no question they won the Big Ten for a reason because of how good they are, and I could see those guys making a deep run in this thing, so give them a lot of credit.
Okay, we'll take questions for our student athletes, Justin and Tre. Okay, we'll go.
Justin, Gene Henley with the Chattanooga Times Free Press. Coach made the comment that he feels like IU's the best team you play. Is that something that you agree with?
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's the best team we play this whole year.
Other questions? Go ahead, yeah.
For Tre, Mark Weidman with the Free Press. Can you talk about, they seem bigger in person maybe than they do sometimes on TV. How did their length affect y'all?
That's kind of tough to answer, but I personally, I don't think they felt any bigger in person than they did on film. I think it was really just us. We just had some careless turnovers and stuff. Just weren't really focused, but I mean they did a pretty good job with their scout report, I guess.
Tommy?
Des Moines Register. When you guys get into a game with their type of offense, does it feel like you almost have to maybe not shut them down, but try to find a way to keep up with them in terms of scoring?
You can say that again?
Did you almost feel like instead of trying to stop them, you had to find a way to keep up scoring with them?
Not really. I mean, it's kind of when the team's shooting the ball that well. I mean, it's just kind of tough overall. I mean, great offense beats a good defense any day. So, I mean, when the team's shooting that ball that well, I mean, it's really you really just got to close out the shooters. I mean, better than you have been. I think I don't know. It's just tough right now, man, to really answer anything.
Tre, talk about the bench. You know, in the first half, they were really big in terms of like kind of at least somewhat keeping you all in the game. Just talk about their performance.
I mean, our bench, that's kind of been our heart and soul of our team all year. When we've been down, when the starters have been down, we've been foul trouble. Duke, D, Burroughs, they've stepped up in a lot of games, and they did it again today. Those guys, they played excellent, and they kept us in it in the first half.
Any other questions out there? Continue.
Tuoyo, with 6 seniors on next season's team, and you finally getting a taste of the NCAA tournament atmosphere, just how will you use tonight to maybe further you going into next season?
We know how I feel. We know what it takes to get here, and with everybody returning, we got the same feel we had leading up to the season. Like, we're not satisfied with what we did this year. I mean, we had a great run, but we're not done yet. Like, next year we're gonna be on the same grind. And, when the game was over, you're not playing with E-Rob no more, or Duke, or D, or AB, and that really hurts. So, next year, when we get here, we're not gonna want it to end because it'll be our last game in our college career. So we just know when we get back, we're not gonna want it to end.
Any other questions for our student athletes? Okay, guys. You guys set the bar high. Good luck for next year. Thank you very much. Okay, we do have a question. Okay. Yeah, we're going to do the coaches after the student athletes, yeah. Go ahead. You can have the first question for the coach.
Matt, hi. Greg Doyle with the Indy Star. OG Anunoby, what did you know? I'm sure you knew a little bit about him, but what did you know really before tonight?
Just watching him on film, I had the utmost respect for him as a player. I feel like he really impacts winning, and some of the things that he does don't always show up in the stat sheet, but he can affect the game in so many ways. When they put him at that power forward spot, too, he can put it down, his length, his athleticism. I felt like out of all the teams we played, too, they're by far one of the longest teams and most athletic as well, as far as, moving. And when you try to get into some of our offense, they're in passing lanes and really help off, and he just impacts the game in so many ways. I have a tremendous amount of respect for him as a player because, again, I think sometimes the things that he doesn't show up in the stat sheet. But as a coach, you can see how much he has an impact on Indiana's team and really impacts winning.
Other questions for Coach? The aisle?
Matt, just how key was Greg going out with 2 fouls in the first half?
You know what? I thought foul trouble obviously hurt us in the first half. I don't think that by any means cost us the game. They were just too good at the end of the day. But obviously I felt like we weathered the storm a little bit in the first half, and then, we just could not get stops, especially to start the second half. I mean, we gave up 46 points in the first half and 53 in the second. I mean, you got to give them a tremendous amount of credit. Just beat us top to bottom the entire game. And, the foul trouble I felt like hurt, but we weathered some storms there. And, we turned the ball over too much, 15 times. And, again, I thought they were the longer teams that we played, and we kept trying to drive down there, and their length was causing us some problems. And they forced us into 15 turnovers, which I thought was big. And, those turnovers, they converted. It seems like every time we turned the ball over, they converted it on the other end. And it's hard to win that way. And, it kind of got the game a little bit out of hand at the end of the day, too.
Other questions? Anybody else? Okay, if there's no further questions, we'll let you go, Coach. A great first year.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.